In the year 1207, the 2nd of March, one day before the wedding of Prince Oliver and Scheherazade Harvey. Ball frame. Your Highness, Empress Priscilla, I would like to thank you for all the help you gave me in preparing for the ceremony, as well as for helping me select my wedding dress. Truly, I cannot thank you enough. Please, there is no need to be so formal. After the ceremony tomorrow, we will all be one family. I'm glad to hear you say that. The bride's exclusive dress, tailored in the traditional style of the royal family. It was designed to be neat and tidy, but at the same time it was arranged in a bold way to match my image. This is such a beautiful dress. Is it really okay for someone like me to wear it? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be looking back at a time like this. Miss Scheherazade. Is it right for me to be the bride of the prince? Am I allowed to be happy about this? Is that the way... is that the way you're thinking right now? I'm from a foreign country, from a slum. I don't even know what my parents look like. And I just can't help but think that I'm not suitable for someone like Olivier. That's certainly what I think. I understand how you feel, Miss Scheherazade. I too felt a sense of inadequacy in marrying His Majesty due to my position and circumstances. Royal Highness. However, please just be honest with yourself right now. I know you're fond of Prince Oliver. Yes, of course. It's quite embarrassing to hear you put it into words like that, though. Then, that's alright. Apparently, you're right. I can be married to the person I love and be with them. That joy may be all I need. Thank you for your wonderful advice, Your Highness. Think nothing of it. Your Highness, it's time to depart. I understand. Well then, I have some official business to attend to. Miss Scheherazade, please relax and take some time to prepare for tomorrow. Thank you again. Thank you very much. Empress Priscilla is truly a wonderful person. I'm sure she's still very concerned about Prince Cedric. But even so, I can't believe she went to such trouble for me. Tomorrow, at last. Come to think of it, this tiara, this must be the new one they went out of their way to make specially for me. I don't know if that's the reason, but it seems to be a little more flashy than the dress. No, that's quite rude of me thinking like this in front of such a splendid article. Someone's calling my Arcus. Looks like the signal is weak in this room. This is Scheherazade. Thank the goddess. It sounds like I managed to make it with a long-distance connection. That voice. It's Aina. It's been so long. How is everything? How's work going at your new workplace in Grand Cell? I've got a lot of things to sort out before I take over. It honestly feels like a whirlwind. It's going to be hard to take over from Elnan, but I have to do my best somehow. It's good for Elnan that he was recruited to Lehman State Headquarters, but I think we're all really relieved that his replacement is you, Aina. Once again, I'm counting on you to watch over the guild in Liberal. Yes, I feel a bit overwhelmed, but you can leave it to me. You know, I'm going to miss seeing you as much from now on. Well, I'm going to keep my membership status in the guild. To be honest, it's going to be tough to continue my Embracer activities, but I'm always willing to come to you if something happens. Embracers over here are getting better, so I won't ask for help unless there was something very serious happening. Thank you though, I'm counting on you to be there for me when the time comes. And I'm really sorry that I couldn't make it to your wedding ceremony. Don't worry about it, I'm in the middle of handling everything over here anyway. Besides, you're going to be carrying the Liberal Guild on your back from now on. Yes, I fully intend to do my very best in that regard. Anyway, once I'm done getting a good grip of my situation, I'd like to take some time to meet with you again. Yes, definitely. It's been a while since I've had a drink with you, Aina. That'll be fun. I'll have to prepare a good drink for the occasion. But before you leave, let me tell you something. Once again, congratulations on your marriage. As your best friend, I have to congratulate you from the bottom of my heart. Well, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that from you. Episode: Radiant Departure. Once again, Your Highness, I am truly happy with this wedding. But to think that it was 5 years ago when you traveled around the kingdom of Laurel. I never imagined that the relationship between you and that bracer would bear fruit in this way. Things definitely weren't like this at first. I think things only got this far because of the negotiation techniques I picked up from a certain teacher I once had. I believe that was only an explanation of a negotiation strategy in terms of military studies. Applying it to romance is somewhat of a stretch. Uncle, please don't think it's necessary to take the idiot's rambling seriously. Personally, I'm just relieved that someone actually wants you. My dear friend, when you put it that way, I am the one who wants her. Oh, only a weirdo like you. Only a weirdo like you would use an expression like that. Well, of course. I then expect you to admit it. I should have learned to expect this from the prince. By the way, Your Highness, I understand you don't plan to reside in the Imperial Castle, but that you instead plan to settle in Ulster. Are you sure that you want to do this? Yes, I am an illegitimate child after all, and I've already renounced my claim to the throne. Even though Cedric is missing, I have no intention of changing that position now. By the way, as far as residences are concerned, I wonder if I could go for something outside of the Empire. If you're looking for a villa to use as your main residence outside of the country, I must be part of that decision as well. I can agree with that. I certainly do not want to interfere with the lives of you and your beloved, but you will still need at least a minimum amount of protection. Good grief. I still can't be truly free after all. Once again, I have to draw the line between myself and the Imperial family. That's why tomorrow's wedding will be very minimal in that area. Well, that's just how things are. As a member of the royal family, there will be many more duties for you to fulfill in the future. Yeah, I'll accept my fate on that one. And I can't put all of the burden on Alphen either. At the very least, I'm going to stretch my wings on my honeymoon to make up for it. I heard that you're planning on only allowing the bare minimum number of people to join you on that trip. Even though the Vander family was finally able to return to their position as the guards of the royal family. Well, I guess it is a good opportunity for you. I hope you can enjoy the time with your wife without getting into trouble. Yeah, I'll make sure to do that. Anyway, Uncle, isn't it time for you to get back to work? Yes, sadly you are correct. Well then, let me at least accompany you out of the room. Oh, Olivier, Colonel Mueller. I was just on my Arcus talking with Aina. Oh really? Aina? That voice, is that Olivier? Actually, I suppose it's Prince Oliver. Congratulations on your upcoming wedding. Being called Prince is kind of awkward for me. I really do prefer to be called Oliver now. After all, I'm just a friend who used to drink with you two until the early hours of the morning. I mean, I'd say you drank yourself under the table more than you just drank with us. Oh dear. I've heard the stories, but... Mr. Mueller is still the same as ever, it seems. It's a constant struggle to be with this idiot. But still, thank you for the invitation to the ceremony. I'm sorry that I'm unable to attend. Don't worry about it. I've heard all about it from Shara. Let me congratulate you on your promotion to the Grancel branch. Thanks a lot. Well, it would be bad to take up any more of your time, Aina. We'll be in touch when things settle down again, you hear? Yeah, I'll see you then. I really appreciate her for going out of her way to contact me all the way from Liberl. Yes, that was really kind of her. While I decide that Aina won't be able to attend, tomorrow Zin is arriving, and even Kevin and Reese will be in attendance. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, seriously. Though you seem to be more concerned with Julia than anyone else, my good friend. Don't mess with me, you idiot. By the way, Shara, is it true that the dress is in your room as we speak? Yeah, do you guys want to see it? A pure white dress, tailored just for Shara. This is my first time getting to see it. It turned out to be an absolutely splendid dress too. Where's the dress? What? How in the world did a thief get in? It's been a matter of minutes. And the tiara with that expensive jewel on top wasn't touched. What the hell is going on? Look, there's something stuck to the mannequin's chest. That's... Oh my, this card looks somewhat familiar. Oh my god. Phantom Thief B. To my arrival and the silver streak, the gown of purity is in my care. The first riddle is in the city that shines with brilliance in the night. Over 300 years old, a crimson red treasure was drenched in vanity. Examine the base of the bare pedestal, Phantom Thief B. Huh? Phantom Thief B? Oh dear, what in the world is he even after? Moreover, this room has no windows. How did he even pull this off without making a sound? His magic is full of brilliant tricks, and when it comes to stealing, you could go so far as to say his skill is divine. However, to steal my bride's wedding dress is quite the nasty trick. Nasty tricks are what enforcers of the society are all about. In any case, let's coordinate with the regular army and begin a search of the Imperial Castle and city immediately. Wait, I don't want to cause too much trouble right before the ceremony. Please, let me and Shara take care of things here. Well, it's not the first time I've dealt with a Phantom Thief B myself. Yeah, we'll just have to rise up to this challenge once more. I promise that we will get your dress back, so please don't worry, my dear. I'm counting on you. You never change, huh? Oliver changed into his performer's attire and began to search for the dress with Charizard. Thinking of the capital, the Guardian District is the place to be when you think of places in the city that shine at night. A city block famous for the Imperial Opera House. Surely it must be here. Shara, is something the matter? Oh, nothing. It's just that I remembered something you said to me a long while back. How you had a leading role in an opera in the capital once or something. Was that really true or just part of the act? How nostalgic. Wasn't that the very first day that we met? Stella and Joshua had been through a lot at the Hacking Gate and we were heading to the city of Boast together. So you remember it too. For the record, it was neither the full truth nor it was a total lie. I certainly wasn't the lead role, but I did manage to secure myself a spot in the performance under the name Lenheim. Wow, that's pretty amazing. I can tell you that this sweet tenor voice attracted many a female performance goer. Yeah, I get it. Let's hurry up, we need to get to our destination right away. Roger. Speaking of treasures, this place should be the first one. But when you think of Crimson... The Crimson Crown, owned by the jewelry store Sancorius. Treasure worth 100 million mirror in present-day value, created in the medieval period. It's probably not a stretch to say that this is the Crimson Treasure drenched in vanity, is it? A tiara adorned with pure obsidian, truly a symbol of the lavishness you'd expect to feel from a prominent person. From days past, it is also said to be an article whose owners met great misfortune while possessing it. So that's what drenched in vanity means. Plus, it seems consistent with the over 300 years old part. Oh, but this Crimson Crown somehow... You noticed, Shara? Actually, the new tiara that I had prepared for you for the wedding. It's from this very jewelry store, Sancori's. Apparently it was made with motifs influenced by this very Crimson Crown. I see, so that's why I thought it looked kind of familiar. Normally the royal bride wears a tiara that's been passed down through the royal family. Empress Priscilla wore that one as well. I had planned on giving it to you to wear as well, but... Did something happen to it? Several decades ago, while sorting through the treasury of the Imperial City, it fell into the hands of bandits. Unfortunately, it has been lost ever since. Owned by bandits? I never knew that. Since it was decades ago, there would have been no connection to the Phantom Thief B, right? Yes, this is before the Phantom Thief ever appeared in the world after all. And while its brilliance would pale in comparison with the new tiara, it was a silvery white tiara full of pure and innocent brilliance. I'm sure it would have looked fantastic on you as well. Well, I'm a little disappointed to hear that. The new tiara is beautiful as well. So let's not get too hung up on that. We need to find the clue. Yes, of course. The last sentence on the card said to check the bottom of the exposed pedestal. So that means... bingo. The second riddle is on the Great Wings of Peace. Examine the bottom of the shell that the one-eyed musician and the silver dancer make resound. This time it's pretty straightforward. Sneaking somewhere like that is just one of those things he's capable of, I guess. The thought of Phantom Thief B sneaking onto our ship is a little bit worrying. Still, I don't think he would be able to actually fly the ship. Although if we did take that, things could be troublesome. Anyway, let's look for the location of the next clue. Oh. That has to mean the seashell. Oops. The shell that the one-eyed musician and the silver dancer resound. That has to mean the seashell. It's a good thing that it wasn't stolen. It looks like there was a card underneath it, the shell. The next is the last riddle. The Gown of Purity is located in the Imperial family's villa. Guarded by 5 dragons of water, go to the place of tranquility. Excellent. I guess this is the last one. When he says the royal family's villa, he has to be talking about Carol Imperial Villa, right? Indeed, and I have an idea of what 5 dragons of water might mean. It's curious though, these riddles have been a bit easier than I'm used to. You're not wrong, although it's pretty well thought out. The seashell has a pretty deep significance for both of us. When you first saw it was when we were on an airship bound for Roland. Yeah, I caught you whispering it into the edge of the deck right behind my back. You know, I always thought you were an Imperial agent. But I haven't changed at all since the day I met you, have I? Yeah, and to this day I'm not exactly sure why I was attracted to you. You wound me. Just kidding. Anyway, let's just get that dress back right away. The pavilion at Carol Imperial Villa. I'm sure this is the right place. Well, the 5 dragons of water are probably the 5 waterfalls. It looks like there's something placed in the center of the rest area. Alright, let's hurry up and get it back. This trunk is quite out of place here. Could it be? Let's just see for ourselves. This is it. This is the wedding dress. Won't it be dirty just like laying on the floor like that? I see, and from the looks of it, it doesn't appear to be dirtied or torn at all. That's a relief. Yeah, thank the goddess, seriously. On the card, huh? What in the world's going to be written on this one? Let's take a look. My dearest Ravel and his lovely bride, you have arrived at last. I present to you your wedding dress as a sign of the hardship that the 2 of you have endured together. I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart on your wedding. What do you mean, I congratulate you from the bottom of my heart? Taking the trouble to do something like this is beyond tasteless, don't you think? Yes, it really is. But there's more to it. And so you know this is actually a double-layered chest. By all means, take out the bottom board. That's what he said. Honestly, I don't like what I'm hearing. Is that so? I feel a bit embarrassed somehow, but perhaps we should just go along with him here. If you say so, I'll leave you to it. Well, we'll see what we get this time. What is this? A tiara? Its design, there's definitely something familiar about it. I think this is the Imperial family's tiara we were talking about earlier in the jewelry store. No way. But how did that thief... Perhaps the card has a clue? Yes, this tiara is rumored to be a treasure in the royal court of some country in the western part of the continent. I stumbled across it by chance while doing some work, and... It reminds me, when it comes to beauty, there are all different kinds, and each has its own place. And I decided that the right place for something this beautiful is atop the head of the Silver Streak bride, so that is why I'm giving it to you. A musician once said that the beauty is love. True beauty is love. I am not yet convinced. But while I may not be convinced yet, at the very least I want you to continue to prove that statement yourselves. Bless you as you embark on this journey. That's all. Well, I certainly didn't expect him to be so considerate, but I guess in a way it does make sense for him. Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, he's given us a great gift. It's nothing in return for the gift, but we should try to show him our interpretation of true beauty. I guess we should. By the way, there's also a message on the card from a different person. I think you should read this one, Chera. That... I knew it. To my dear sister, congratulations on your wedding, Charizard. You may have already been told or heard rumors about what's going on with me, but just know that you have no reason to worry. Go after your own personal happiness without a second thought. My sister, Luciola. She was rumored to have been a fortune teller at Michelin Wonderland, right? Yeah, and she's been distant from the society for a good while now, but... Still, your own happiness. You really haven't changed at all, sis. Yeah. Yet, it's nice to hear her say that. Between her and Cassius, Aina, and Estelle, I got to know so many people, made so many connections, met you. It's still strange to me to think you and I are standing here together like this. Yes, there's a world where we may have never met, but for the two of us, our trails overlap as one, opening the path towards the many possibilities beyond. Yeah, I'm sure we will meet many more people in the future too. And if I keep on moving forward, I'm sure I'll have the opportunity to meet my sister again someday. Chera, yes, for sure. To the goddess of the sky, no, to myself. I swear I'm going to make you happy. Therefore, I'm never going to let go of your hand. Is that okay with you? Don't worry. I don't want to let go of your hand either. That was short and sweet. Beautiful. Episode Radiant Departure End.